because then you just have questions to answer and you're not having to, free form think of what to say.
Yes, that's actually a very good point. That's a good point.
So we'll see. This will be a good thing to try.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you can get for, and then you can move your recommendations around in order of the ones that you want to show at the top.
Okay.
Because depending, it's so strategic. I am going to be doing some work, I think, with some lawyers here in Ireland, and so I have 2 really great recommendations from 2 barristers. So I'm going to move them up to the top when that work is happening.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can move them around.
Excellent. I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of good tips here.
Oh, good. You also have, there's the skills and endorsement section as well, where people will endorse you for, and you can pick up to 50 skills that you want to be endorsed for.
Okay.
To me, recommendations carry a lot more weight because it's usually people who work directly with you. Because I would receive endorsements from people who I have not really worked with. So I'm a bit skeptical about the endorsement section.
Mm-hmm. But it's very easy to endorse someone and just click a box, and even if you don't really know.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yes.
I'm not really sure how much benefit that really is to somebody, unless the person knew the other person and recognized their face.
Right.
Because the endorsements are like little boxes of people's faces beside your skill, which is kind of funny looking.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sending out a connection request, Dina, how do you go about it on LinkedIn?
Well, it depends. If I know the people, sometimes I just, and I know they know me, I'll just, I just click connect. I don't necessarily send a message.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not sure they will know me, or I'm just wanting to, maybe it's been a few years and I'm wanting to reconnect with them again or strike up that relationship again, I will sometimes then, make a note or if the connection, maybe if we don't know each other directly, but we're connected through somebody else, then I will make an attempt to, say something about how we might know each other. Mm-hmm. Is that the right way, or? Well,
I personally prefer to always send a message.
Okay.
So for people listening, if you are sending a connection request on your laptop and you click connect, you're invited to personalize your invitation to connect. If you're doing it on your phone and you click connect, the invitation just goes straight away. But there's 3 little dots beside the connect button. And if you click on it, that's where you get the option to add a note if you're doing it on your app on your phone. But the reason I like to send a message with my connections is because it starts a conversation with that person. Because quite often then they will send you a message back. And suddenly it's a stronger connection than just having them in your LinkedIn network.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just something I prefer to do. And I might say, we met today at the training and I really like that question that you asked. If there's anything I can help you with, get in touch. Or just something like that. Just really opening up the option to start a conversation with somebody.
Okay.
Great.
I can do that. And that was really helpful to know, because that was one of the things that I noticed that was happening because I was doing it on my phone a lot. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see that option to add the message. It was just going straight through. So now that you've told me there's some little dots to look at, I will.
And if somebody sends you a connection request and they haven't sent a message, if you accept their request, it asks you on your phone, it says, do you want to view their profile? And I always think that's quite a good idea to do that. And then if it's somebody who you think might be connecting with you for potentially working together, then I would send them a message and say, thanks for reaching out on LinkedIn. Again, really opening up a conversation starter with that person, depending on who they are.
Okay. Great.
You've got lots of homework.
I do. I'm writing down so many things.
Do you have any other questions for me, Dina?
Let me see. So I asked about the publishing. Oh, okay. Yes, I do. What about as I'm starting to, so I'm, as you could see, I don't have a lot of activity, and most of it has been just engaging with other people's posts. Mm-hmm. Is there some type of etiquette around acknowledging people who interact and engage with mine? So I think I did write one of my own posts just this past week, and I had some people commenting. Is there any recommendations on that?
Yes.
In that conversation? Love to hear more about that.
Yes, it's very interesting, but with algorithms, with LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, I always respond to any comment because it is counted as a second comment. And LinkedIn is showing the default when I log into LinkedIn, the default news feed that I'm seeing as the top posts are showing at the top of my feed. And when you are commenting on somebody else's posts, LinkedIn sees that person as being more relevant to you, and then is more inclined to show you their posts in the future. And the people who are getting more comments and more posts, and with everything, Dina, it's almost like if they are commenting on the first couple of hours of your post going live, it is seen as a interesting post and shown to more people in the feed. But the other interesting thing, and why I like people to comment on posts and not just to like them, when you comment on somebody else's post, so say I write a mini post today about, so I'm going to do, this afternoon I'm doing a workshop for some accountants on LinkedIn. So if I take a picture there and post it on to my LinkedIn profile and say that Bill, who's organising the event, comments underneath my post, everyone else who sees his comment will also see his headline. So that's what he does. So it'll say like Bill, accountant, comma, whatever his headline is, and that makes that person a person of interest to my audience as well. Does that make sense? So when you comment on anybody else's post, everybody who sees those comments will see your headline as well, as not just your name.
Correct. Yes. And I that's a very good point. And I recently edited and changed my headline. And I'm actually, it's one of the things I'm kind of playing with that because trying to see what resonates with my audience. Because right now it says virtual marketing officer for tourism and hospitality businesses. Whether that resonates with my audience, I'm not sure. I'm still kind of exploring that.
Well, could you say marketing strategist for the tourism industry?
Yes, marketing strategist might be a better general term because someone might say virtual marketing officer and it may just not click for them.
Because this could be a cultural difference, but to me, a marketing officer is a junior.
Oh.
So my background working in project management, I started out as a project officer and moved into project management. So, but that might be a different thing in America.
Yes, I think it is. I mean, you have a chief marketing officer. They're like the head.
Yes, COO and CEO and everything. Yeah. Okay.
So that's where the virtual marketing officer title comes in. But again, I'm not sure if that resonates. I mean, it has a certain meaning for me, but it doesn't really matter what it means for me. It matters what it means to my audience.
Exactly, which really, this is really the pinnacle of all online business building. If you are talking in the words that your audience understand, then you're much more likely to connect with them, aren't you?
Yes. Yes. So that's an interesting point, and I may play around with that just a little bit, but I like that you brought that up, and that I had seen that your headline, like pay attention to your headline, because that is what kind of shows up whenever you are commenting or posting.
And even when someone Googles your name.
Okay.
As well.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So whenever you are like, spending time on LinkedIn, and if you can spend, I don't know, a little bit of time each day, just checking what other people, if you're connecting with the right people, the right audience, and then you're commenting on posts and you're putting your own posts out there, you're going to really grow your network quite quickly, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just having those calls to action. Someone described it recently to me as like being in a boxing ring, jab, 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 punch. So you're posting, and then you go, right, come on, work with me.
So you mentioned the calls to action. How would I use that? Because I don't think I have a call to action anywhere within my LinkedIn profile. Is there an appropriate place to include that?
Yes, I would put that in your background summary. So the background summary is the bit where you have up to 2,000 words, and I think mine ends with email me at, phone me at, or visit my website.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you add a link to like an opt-in or something like that? Or is that not appropriate?
You could do that as well. But then, you see, I have various opt-ins, so I would have to keep changing that.
Okay.
So for my summary, it's mine is ways to contact me, whereas the different opt-ins I would put at the bottom of my articles.
Okay. Gotcha. So those could be added in the article. Okay. So do in the profile, the background summary, kind of give them the ways to reach out. Mm-hmm. If I had a general opt-in that might be appropriate to across the industry, it would be okay to add it there. Otherwise, if I have different ones based on who I'm talking to, include that within the articles that I'm posting.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow, you've just given me so much.
Oh, good.
Louise, this has been fantastic. I'm super excited.
Oh, excellent. I can't wait to see what you do.
I know. I'll have to send it to you, and I'll have to get busy. I'll have to treat this as my own challenge to get right on this and get started. There's a lot to do here.
Yes. Well, I'm going to give you till the end of October.
Okay. Oh, great. So good. I've got about a little more than it's the 11th. So I have 20 days, about 3 weeks.
I will time this episode to go out so that people can go and look you up on LinkedIn and see if you've implemented all of these things.
Excellent.
Does that sound good?
Yes, it sounds great.
Excellent. Well, Dina, we're going to wrap it up, but can you let everybody know how they can get in touch with you?
Yes. So you can find me on LinkedIn.
Yes.
At Dina Pruitt. And my website is glowflymarketing.com. Mm-hmm. And off the top of my head, I also have a Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter, but I'm not too active on Twitter. So I would just say, yes, my website and Facebook and LinkedIn. Yes.
Okay, well, we can put links to all of that in the show notes for everybody.
Okay, great.
Dina, it's been really lovely speaking to you all the way over there in Arkansas.
Well, thank you, Louise. It has been fantastic talking to you. I really have enjoyed this conversation. It's just been so helpful.
Excellent. Okay, well, I'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
All right. Bye.
Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed that on-air coaching call with Dina. I certainly enjoyed it, and I think I'd really like to go to Arkansas. It sounded gorgeous. If you would like to know more about working with me or maybe booking in a coaching call with me, get in touch. It's Louise at Social Bee NI. And if you could share this podcast with one other person who you think might enjoy it, that would be wonderful, because we all grow our businesses one person at a time. And I'll talk to you next week on the Social Bee podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbeeni.com and let's start creating a buzz about your business. And if you like what you hear, please pop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.